and the second part of South Texas Crossfire. If you're just joining us or in Laredo, this is a brand new week because we do 30-minute segments over there. But you're listening to Joe Flores, host of South Texas Crossfire. Thanks to Channel 6, KTMV here locally, Time Warner, the Lopez family, Don Humberto celebrating 50 years of broadcasting, plus San Antonio, Channel 21, soon to be Channel 23 in San Antonio, K Alamo. And that is also brought to you by the Lopez family. Thank you all for making it happen. And in Laredo, my good friends out there, the CBS affiliate will also be broadcasting it, this program simultaneously there. CBS Channel 13, which is the sister station to Channel 10 here in Corpus Christi. And the signal's going to Laredo, outside to Mexico. 80 miles. I mean, and let's not forget, this is going to be loaded up, ladies and gentlemen. If you miss it on TV or you're just joining us, you can always go to YouTube, youtube.com, and type in South Texas Crossfire or my name, Joe Flores, and all of these will come up. With me today, second part, thanks for staying with us, Todd Hunter, candidate for District 32.
Good to be
South
here.
Texas.
It's good to be here.
Well, you know, the last segment, if our viewers in Laredo had seen last week, or we're watching it all here in Corpus Christi and San Antonio, we were talking about education. We were talking about your idea about the cruise ships and bringing in business. We were talking about the tax test. We were talking about the elderly, our children, CHIPS. We talked about a lot of state issues, and now I want to focus in on the national. I want to talk politics.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, and let's start out with the national. You just met Sarah Palin.
I did.
And was that in D.C. or where did you meet her?
No, actually, Sarah Palin last week was in Texas right after the vice presidential debate. She made a swing through Dallas, San Antonio, and Houston.
Todd, I'm blind without a cane, man. I didn't even hear about it.
Well, you know, I think it was a quickly put together thing. I learned about it very much last minute, but they invited me to come. And I will tell you and the viewing audience, it was a great experience because, you know, sometimes you see everybody on TV and you say, now, how are they really in person? So I was really interested. So I got to actually physically meet her one-on-one, had my photo taken with her. She's very genuine. What you see is what you get. I was very impressed. Her parents were there. She also, I learned, has relatives from the South Texas area.
No way.
So I was surprised to learn that, but thought that was good. Her parents are there, were mingling in the crowd. She brought her husband, who had got a great first name, Todd. See, and they didn't have the whole family, but they brought the little daughter that everybody saw on TV that was, you know,
That's
very
some
nice.
special needs. Yeah,
it is, and it was a very nice deal. But you know, she's one-on-one. She is a reformer. It's interesting though when you talk with her one-on-one. She's just right to the point, and I will tell you, she is a very genuine person. I was very impressed, and she is a very, very much of a strong person, and she blended in extremely well in Texas. And so I wouldn't have even known she was from Alaska. She blended in so well. She did a really, really good job.
Well,
high praise for her.
Well, you know, let me stop you there with the Palin thing, because we've saw a whipsaw of when she came out with Katie Couric. We've seen the Saturday Night Live spoofs on her.
Tina Fey.
That's right. Tina Fey is perfect. My wife said, I can't tell the difference. I showed her from YouTube, and she said she looks just like her. I mean, really. I mean, the Saturday Night Live ratings have gone up 50%. But, you know, people said she's done for because she, quote unquote, choked on Couric. So there was a lot of pressure on her during the debates. When she came back with Biden, it's the same thing. Gosh darn it, from the Democratic side, you know, everybody says, and I said, man, you know, when you have low expectations, like Bush pulled with Kerry, you know, everybody was expecting low expectations of her. And so when she came back and went toe-to-toe with him, although less experienced than Biden, you know, I mean, we'll say that, she brought it in such a way, I said, you know, I had to give her credit. Grudgingly, but I did, you know. Reina was jumping for joy, of course. Yeah, Juan was, you know, very happy about that. And she came back with the, well, you know, I may not know Washington kind of deal. And I kept saying, Joe, she's hitting you in the ribs. She's getting good body shots, because those people in the Midwest that are sick of people in the Beltway having that microcosm of, you know, we're going to pass bills, we're going to leave taxpayers holding the bill, this is the bailout. She was reaching out to them. And that's the problem that we have. You know, I've got a lot of respect for my political pundits on MSNBC. Bill Maher on
Right,
HBO, I think he
right.
does a great job, even though we know he's leaning more to the left than I am, of course. But, you know, I'm kind of in the middle myself. But, you know, even then he grudgingly gives it to her that she did come back and she didn't. People were praying on the Democratic side, which is pretty rough, you know, but they were saying, boy, you know, she's done for on that. But, you know, when they're doing the polling, she came right back.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
But, you know, what I'm getting at is that sometimes the local, all politics is local, as Tip
Absolutely,
O'Neill used to
absolutely.
say. So what we have here is when people go and pull that lever for you, they're going to be looking at Palin, McCain, and Hunter.
That's right.
You know, so when we're looking at that, let's talk about the politics because it's important. We talked about some of it's smoke and mirrors and some of it's reality. I've seen the debates on YouTube, and you can catch them if you put Todd Hunter or Juan Garcia on there, and you can see some of the debates they've had publicly. And it's gotten hot and heavy.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's talk about the tax thing. They brought up the taxes, and they said, you know, Juan said, I've disclosed all my returns, my family's returns. And he's kind of alluded to the fact you didn't turn over your law firm returns. You know, is there anything that you're holding back? I've got to ask you because, you know, he's going to try to use that against you, and a lot of people are asking, is Todd Hunter holding back any tax returns?
First of all, I didn't ask for his law firm's tax returns, and as you know,
And Daryl Barger thanks you. for that,
that's
I'm sure.
exactly right on that. And I wouldn't ask for his law firm tax returns. You know, the deal is he is an associate. He doesn't own the law firm. He is not a partner. I think he's only practiced 3 or 4 years. I'm not exactly right. I've practiced for 30 years and lived in Corpus Christi for 30 years. So there's going to be difference, and absolutely is there going to be a difference in the salaries. I mean, that's just the way the law business, the medical business, whatever the business is.
Oh, my salary keeps going up.
Yeah,
You know,
well, I don't know what the
hoping,
economy
you know,
is
I
going.
know. Yeah.
But you know, let's look what has not been turned over.
Okay.
My opponent just wants to focus on tax records, but he didn't produce all of his legislative account records. Where are all the phone records? You know, I have letters here where he was supposed to produce all records and documents showing whether or not any District 32 staff member and or employee is compensated or provided benefits by campaign funds. And here's saying, you know, it's not produced. I have these 2 letters here. Here's more letters and documents. You know, what's interesting, it's kind of like a law case. You want something produced. I want something produced. But why aren't you producing all your documents? It's kind of one-sided by saying, hey, I'll just produce mine, but you know, you got to produce everything. No. It's a mutual deal. You've got to produce all these documents. He's actually not produced most of the documents that we've requested for. And you know what? I haven't pushed him on it, but I'll bring it up and respond because, again, it's inconsistent. Don't say, hey, I want this if you're not willing to produce this. And, you know, we don't have all his legislative account records. You know, there's an issue, as you and I have talked about, ghost voting.
I was just going to get to that.
And I'd like to see all the records on his legislative account and all these document requests that have been made of him.
What's ghost voting in the
All right, so everybody knows during the 2007 legislative session, one of the TV stations caught legislators voting for other legislators. Now that's not allowed by the House rules. You're not supposed, if you and I are state representatives and you're from Dallas and I'm from Corpus Christi, you shouldn't be voting for me. Now, a lot of times legislators are not there. They're absent, and they don't want you to know that they're absent or on a trip or out of state or some other place. And so they have somebody vote for them until they get caught.